Hello everyone, thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. The latest information has just been revealed, and a lot of people would also be shocked to hear this. If we could recall that the Oni of Ife welcomed his first child with his wife, that's the prophetess Naomi. That was like few months ago, which was highly celebrated. A lot of people, the whole place was actually filled, and that's his first son. But it's now been alleged that the Oni of Ife, Adeyeye Ogunwusi, has secretly welcomed a new baby with another woman, leaving his queen prophetess Naomi hurt. Any woman will be hurt to hear this, but here they are saying alleged. So this can also be rumors at the same time. They are still trying to reconfirm this information that just released. And this is coming barely a few months after Prophetess Naomi, the Oni of Ife's wife, Oba Adeyeye, on the 15th of April, turned a year older. Also, a dinner party was held in her honor at the palace. It was an occasion that was graced by so many people. It was a huge celebration. You could see the Oni of Ife, all smiles. Everyone was so excited. The room was filled with so much joy and fun. People were just there eating and drinking and celebrating with the celebrants. But in a video that emerged online captured the moment the queen was eulogizing her husband and jokingly prayed for the monarch to have more queens while she was giving her vote of thanks. I am leaving the video behind so you can also hear directly from the princess when she was actually communicating with her husband and praying for him to have more queen. But who would actually do that? Women don't like their husbands sharing them with another woman, even if it's the tradition. They can't help it. But you go now and ask some of these women that are married to just one man in a polygamous home, secretly find out from them, and they will tell you that they are not happy that they are sharing their husbands with other women. But what will they do? They just have to adjust because that is where they find themselves. And here you would hear her praying for the Oni of Ife to have more queen. And according to the popular Instagram blog that's Gist Lover, the Oni of Ife has other women living in the palace with him, aside the queen, and the baby was birthed by one of them. And this is what the blog had to say. That's Gist Lover. According to our source, the Oni of Ife has 3 wives in the palace, and they want to keep it off social media, as Naomi is the only one allowed to use social media as the queen of Oni. All other wives were warned severally to keep shut. Queen Naomi has not been finding it easy, either, as she battles several side chicks of the king from all angles. All of us at GLB celebrates with the Oni of Ife on the arrival of his newborn. I come in peace. And this is what Gist Lover is actually saying. But the thing is this: if he has other wives, why is he keeping them away? Because it's their right to be polygamous, to marry more than one wife. And then it should not be a hidden thing. Then why should it be that it's only Naomi that will be out there? We know, yes, most times, especially when you see prominent people like governors or presidents that have more than one wife. You find out they only move around with one of their favorite wives, or either the first wife or which of them they actually prefer. They don't move around with all of their wives. But notwithstanding, in that situation, it's different. A governor can't be going up and down with three wives or four wives if he has more than one. He just has to move with just one alone. But in the situation where it's a traditional ruler, where they are openly allowed to move around with their numerous wives, I don't see any reason why the Oni of Ife should now keep his own wives aside if truly he has more than one wife. Because this is coming from the Gist blogger. It has never been mentioned before that Oni of Ife had the wife and he's keeping her somewhere, or had wives and either they are no longer together, or he's renting another apartment for them. But here it's indicating that the three wives are in that same palace. But friends, what do you all think? Is it possible that the Oni of Ife would have other wives and then keep them away? And going by what they're saying here, that they have all been warned not to use social media. The Oni of Ife is highly educated. He's not just one random guy that was picked from the village or someone that is not exposed. He's very exposed worldwide. That is how he is. So will he come to this point where he will now have to compel other wives not to use social media? And what will be the reason? Do you think that Oni of Ife would get to that kind of a position with his own wives, having to deprive them of things that he know that are common or that are widely used by people? Coming from what this Gist blogger is actually saying right now, also indicating that the princess Naomi has been fighting a lot of side chicks, having to battle with them being around her husband. Yes, we know that some men, despite the fact that they are married, they still can't stay with one woman. But with the information that is coming out right now, it's indicating that Princess Naomi is even aware of the side chicks that the Oni of Ife is having. Friends, do we all think that this is true? Do we all think that this is possible? Well, for prominent people like that, what do you expect? Irrespective of the fact that they have their wives, if any man wants to go ahead and cheat behind his wife's back, they will still do it if they really want to do it, except for those that don't want to do it. And for some, they will do it and they want their wives to know that they have side chicks. Well, most times it's for men who don't really have respect for their wives that would have side chicks and would deliberately want their wives to know. Guys that keep women outside their matrimonial home always do that. Behind their wives' back, they don't open them at all. They don't even want their wives to sense anything at all. Do we think that the princess is in the palace and then going through a whole lot of frustration, and all of these smiles that is being portrayed out here is just a fake smile, or is just a cover-up smile? Well, but for him, who is the Oni of Ife, a traditional ruler, everybody knows that traditional rulers, you can't restrict them when it has to do with the number of women they should marry. There are no restrictions for them. And then theirs is like an open thing. You see them having their wives all around them. But friends, hearing this news right now, what do you think about it? Having to know that the king, that is Oni of Ife, has welcomed another child, not from even the wives in the house, but from another woman who is not Naomi, that's his wife that everybody know him with. But from this Gist lover, the Gist lover is still claiming that that same other woman lives in the palace. But if it is his wife, let's assume now that what the Gist lover has said is true. If that child is from one of the wives, won't he come out openly to celebrate the child? Won't he come out openly to celebrate the mother? Because this story is looking kind of dicey. A king who has wives and his wives are having children, and each time they give birth, there's a kind of celebration that happens in the palace. So if another child is being welcomed by one of the women in the house, whom they claim is one of the wives of the Oni of Ife, then that child should also be celebrated just as Princess Naomi's child was celebrated. Even though they didn't specify the gender of the baby here, because I know most times these rulers, traditional rulers, are very eager to have their first son and to have that as their first child. Once the first child is a male child, there is this excitement over the palace, knowing that there's an heir to take over the throne. Does it mean that probably is not a male child that was given birth to? Is it that is a child that maybe the king didn't want? There are a lot of questions that would back up this particular information that has just been released now. Sometimes you find out that in some areas, in some locations, they don't accept female children. Once a female child is born, they have a lot of disregard for that particular birth. They won't celebrate the birth like they will celebrate that of the male child. Some of these traditional rulers, that is how they are, some of them. Once it's a female child, it's a no-no for them. And you see, they'll now push that woman one side and now start finding ways of how to get a male child. If the child that was giving birth to is a female child, don't you all think that child should also be celebrated? This whole story, we need to really figure out if this is real or it's just one of those stories that are just coming up to make the headlines. And he is the Oni of Ife. If he has welcomed another child, definitely there should be some loud cries, celebration, drums, and everything going on in the palace. However this turns out to be, if it's true or not, to definitely get updated with regards to the information. And for the princess who was actually praying for her husband to have more queen, whether she was actually joking or not, but like I said earlier, which woman will be happy or comfortable sharing her husband with another woman? No woman, even those that are in a polygamous home, would tell you the discomfort they actually have knowing that their husbands have other women aside from them, whom he is also married to. Every woman, even those born in a polygamous home, would not want to have a polygamous home. Most women. A man, he don't care so long as he has the means to take care of them. He will go ahead to do that. But the women, they don't really take it so lightly, or it's not something that they would have planned for. Some of these women, it's just that's how they found themselves, and they didn't have an option than to go there. Some had options, but they felt this is what they want, and so they prepare their minds ahead. Because definitely you should know a home where you have more than one wife, you should know what you expect at the end of the day. But guys, what do you all think regarding this right now? I'm going to be leaving the video behind, so you're going to watch and see where the princess Naomi knelt down before her husband and was mentioning about him having other queens, even though she was actually joking, and then she prayed for him in that particular video. However it turns out to be, I'll definitely get my friends updated, because this information was just released now, and that is why I had to let my friends know, so we could also deliberate on it. If it's really true that he is fathering another child with another woman, then it will be everywhere, and the Oni of Ife will eventually celebrate that child, except the child is maybe a child that is not giving birth to within the palace, or maybe it's a child that is giving birth to from another woman outside the palace completely. In that situation, you don't expect a celebration to happen. But from the gist lover claims that the child is from one of the women in the palace. So we'd watch and see if more updates will come up, if the Oni of Ife would make any pronouncements regarding the child, or if there will be any ceremony for this particular child that has been brought into their own midst. He is the Oni of Ife, and he has the right to do whatever he wants to do with his own family, and however he wants to put them is best known to him. But people like this, they are always out there, such that anything about them, people want to pick it up and release it out in the public, because these are public figures, traditional rulers, celebrities. They are all under the umbrella of the media, in the sense that whatever comes up, people want to just pick on it immediately and let it out there. Friends, please, if you have anything to say, you can put that down at the comment section. I'll be leaving the video behind so that you can watch and hear when Naomi was actually kneeling down praying for her husband, and also mentioning about him having other queen. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please don't forget to hit on the like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.
Ẹ bá mi ṣe kábíyèsí fún bàbá. Kábíyèsí is the husband of my youth. I enjoy calling him that. God bless him for me. Huh? I'm feeling good. Mama used to run on me. So thank you so very much. Thank you. And know this, that we love you. I will always say we go up. We love you so much. People that love me, who are love me. And the people that love me, so our princesses of the stars. Gbogbo love me. Gbogbo àwọn pàṣẹrò. Love me. We always love you. I know they love you so much, my darling. More money. Money. Everyone, please say thank you to Kábíyèsí for me. Wọ́n máa pẹ́ lórí ìtẹ́ yìí, wọ́n á lè pẹ́ fún wa. Wọ́n á pẹ́ fún wa, wọ́n lè sí mi. Kàtúwà tẹ̀síwájú, mo sì wà nílé àwọn ọkọ mi, ilé àwọn bàbá mi àti àwọn màmá mi. Mo délé mo rí àwọn màmá, mo délé mo rí àwọn bàbá. The family of Ogunwusi has deeply touched my spirit today. So much. Àwọn ìdílé bàbá, they've been wonderful today. They've been so wonderful, not just today. I actually did not plan anything like this, to be honest. Mo kàn ní kí n jí láàárọ̀, kí n gbé Ọlọ́run tóbi, kí n dẹ̀ lọ sùn ni. But you see, it's been a covenant of God upon my life. Ọdọọdún ni wọ́n máa ń ṣe bí orò ni. And so I said this year, I just want to sleep and say thank you to God in the living room. And one of Kábíyèsí's sisters, Yeyetu, wọ́n pè mí, wọ́n ní báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tọdún yìí. And I just didn't know how to say, mo fẹ́ sùn, mo fẹ́ jí mi, mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ní ká ṣe ṣe ni. And to the glory of God, for those who are close to me, they will know that it's not really, I don't know how to put it. How could this have been me alone? They stood by me, every one of them. So cool, like, bàbá mi gidi ni wọ́n, mo kí yín o, mo fi ti adétadé kí yín, ẹ jẹ́ kí yín dáadáa. Mo fi ti adétadé kí yín. Tọ́ wọ́n máa ń nǹkan. Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ lára máa bá wọn gbá. Àwọn tó máa dáná fún sòpò wà nílé wa. A máa so jẹ fún wọn. Ìgbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ rí sòpò, mo sọ fún kábíyèsí mi ní sòpò tàn mọ́lẹ̀. Àwa tí gbogbo ìyàbẹ̀ yẹ. Sọ́nà bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Sọ́nà bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Ọmọ ti yálé, mo ti yálé náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, Soko is handsome inside, is handsome outside. Ṣẹ́bá wò wọ́n need introduction. One fine one is the delight of many beautiful women. Kábíyèsí tí bá ṣàyí mi ò ní rí mọ́. Àìsàn yìí kan gbogbo ọmọge lónìí. Kábíyèsí ẹ ti pọ̀ jù. Ẹ pọ̀ gan àríwá rí sọ́run. Baba handsome náà gbọ́dọ̀ jogún. He is in his own class of handsomeness. I said he's tallest among men. Ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀gbá mi ò tí ì rọ́kùnrin tó ga fún mi. Honestly, ní gbogbo bíbá wa ẹgbẹ́ tó lẹ ṣe wọlé ní ẹ̀rú wọlé ni. Baba yẹn hands gan. You are my bubble. Bàbá tí wọ́n wọ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ dáadáa. Mo tún wá fẹ́ kí ọmọ ọba gidi tó kò gidi Prince Adétúnjí Ogunwusi láti mèrè wọn ní ìdánwò. I will say I never knew that you can honor me this way. Daddy, I never knew that you can honor me this way. I never knew that you can honor me this way. I say honor me this way. Thank you, Daddy. God bless you, sir. Èmi nìkan tán, ẹ pọ̀ gan-an. Tabali bàbá tabali mọ̀ á sọ pé àwọn pọ̀ gan-an ni. Thank you, sir. Ẹ kú ìfẹ́ mi. Èmi ti ní tíntín náà. God bless you, sir. Gbogbo èkó ló wọ bí lẹ́nìí. Cat gbogbo lè ṣe àdẹ̀wà ń bí just for this little me. Ẹ ṣe gan ni, sir. And àwọn yèyé mi gangan, like I said the other time, they help put this together. It was their, how do I put it? One inspire me, one do spirit love. So thank you, ma. Ẹ ṣe gan ni látòrí ìyé Fọláṣadé mọ́mì mi ní yí òkè òtórúkọ yẹn pè. Títí dé ìyé Adéṣọlá àdè ìyé Adébímpé, ìyé Folúṣọ́. Gbogbo wọn ni wọ́n máa ìyá Adébímpé máa ń kó sí orí mi gan ni. Tó bá ti wọ ọbẹ̀ ó máa ń wú ni, màá ní ṣé mi náà. Ó ní wọ́n ṣe máa ń ṣẹ́jú mọ́ mi, bàbá lórí ojú yẹn. Orí ẹ̀ máa ń lẹ̀ gan ni. Nígbà tí mo ti rójú yẹn lára bàbá ni mi ti lọ mọ́. Mo ní mo dé sílé bàbá mi. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, thank you to all the family members. And to the very beautiful princess of the source, very bona fide, first before any. God bless you. She's ìyá mi nìyẹn, she's my husband's heart. Princess Adiola, God bless you. I am so honored o. Èmi náà, ìyá ọkọ mi, ẹ ṣé gan ni, God bless you, God bless you, God bless you. Thank you for coming. All the way from Abuja, everywhere ẹ̀kí dédé rí ojú yẹn, wọ́n á yọjú sí mi. Thank you. And to all the princesses of the sauce. Ẹ̀yin tẹ máa ń múnu bàbá fún tẹ máa fi sọ́ọ̀sì sínú ata wọn. Tẹ máa ń jẹ́ kó ní Yorùbá flavour nú. Tí wọ́n á ní pẹ́pẹ́ ẹ ṣe gan ni. God bless you. Mo rí yín mo kí ẹ kí bàbá kan rárẹ̀rẹ̀ mú sẹ́nu. Ó wọlé sí wọn lára. Mo rí gbogbo yín o. God bless you. Princess Folashade, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there is another daughter of Kabiyesi in here. Òyìnbó ni wọ́n. Níjọ́ tí mo rí orí, oh my goodness. Ẹ̀fọ́ ìlú yìí gan ni. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀? Ẹni tó jẹ́ ní òfin oṣù lè bí pupa nìyẹn. Ẹ mọ̀ tí a bá pa gbogbo náà bí iná sì máa wà. Àbẹ̀wò jẹnẹrétọ̀. That's your adopted daughter of Kabiyesi. God bless you, Dr. Elizabeth Jakri. You are wonderful. You are amazing. In fact, I just said maybe she would come or she wouldn't, and you honored me this way, and you are looking so beautiful this night. God bless you. God bless you. I don't want to take too much time, but I said I must do it. With the fellow, I want to leave by ẹ̀jẹ̀ kì í sún sọ́dọ̀ wòlíì ká tó máa bọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ yẹ Naomi tó rọ̀tọ̀ láyé wọn ìyá nìyá yẹn prophetess Mary olúborí ọlá ń bí wọn nú ní òkè wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn ọlá màmá yẹn máa ń bí ọ̀nù gan ni. God bless you ma. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Wọ́n ní yé blọ́ọ̀gì yín wọ́n máa blọ́ọ̀gì wa lọ ni. God bless you, ma. Thank you for beating the traffic and everything, and for supporting and making sure we have a beautiful night today. God bless you. Mo kí yín o, àwọn family mi, àwọn èèyàn mi, God bless you. But I would have married you if you were another one. Can't consider this honestly, but you live for more intimacy. So. God bless you, my darling brother, my sweet brother. Thank you for still staying with me and standing by me. Priscilla Yatabita Osheo Monifero. Thank you, Similoluwa. I love you so much. I love you. Thank you for representing. I can't be all up in people's faces, but you do that for me. Thank you. Thank you. Anytime. Àkọsílẹ̀ kí n love Kábíyèsí gan nìyẹn nígbà tí mo gbọ́ pé oh my God àwọn tí ní ilé bọ́ sí mi ilé orúkọ yẹn dùn gan ni. God bless you. God bless you. Everyone who has come from all the queens that came from their kingdom to celebrate with me. Everyone who made today possible. If I did not mention your name, then I could not get back. If I just didn't mention your name, know that I can't spend the whole day being you know, but I love everyone that is in here. Thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for waiting and being patient with us. Lord, may you shake more. Thank you for representing me and your answer all the time. God bless you. God bless you. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin bàbá àti màmá olórí. Àwọn ọba aládé tó jáde. Gbogbo àwọn ará inú ààfin. Ẹkú Fẹ́mi. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. God bless you. Ẹ lọ́wọ́ ọ̀tọ́jú lára mi. Ẹ ṣé. Thank you all. God bless you for coming tonight. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of tonight because kò tí ì tán. Orí wà lára wọn gan, ijó dẹ̀ wà lára àwọn èèyàn. So but I just really must say thank you before everyone leaves and they did not hear my thanksgiving. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Thank you all. Ẹ ṣe sùúrù. Ẹ má jẹ́ àtàbùkù. I must say thank you to my mother. Kábíyèsí ó ní mo fi kẹ́ mi. Ó ṣe díẹ̀ máa rán mi létí mi. Ẹ mọ̀ pé tí yín náà ní pín mọ́dà. God, thank you for reminding me. My mom is awesomely blessed by God. She's an amazing woman. You know, she's got this aura, this love within her that radiates on the outside of her. She's just awesome. Shemo, alákùnrin ni wọ́n ti mo dẹ̀ lè fẹ́ wọn. Máa kó wọn lọ́wọ́. Honestly, àwọn kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀. So cool hands. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó ti mẹ́rin wọ́n ti ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn kí 1 million ọkùnrin bá tán lé 1 million ṣẹ́kù ló ó bí la àgbọ̀pọ̀ púpọ̀. But truly my mom is very wonderful. She's been through all the stress for me. I get really agitated when things are not working, but she's always there. Somebody see me and see, I don't know, she's like a friend to me. I don't know how to keep friends. Whatever she be me at your papa, I definitely understand the spirit in me. You know, sometimes I'm smiling, sometimes I'm not. And she's always there. You know, she's a wonderful woman, wonderful. She will serve me and do everything for me. She sit back with me. And it's a full like, Mama, so joke, what's in the schedule, very now. You know, all is just awesome. She's been everywhere with the chef, with the people handling, with the call, with everything. She's event planner, manager, money piece, advisor, pastor, prophetess. Kábíyèsí láwọn olóyè yẹn fún òfin fò. Àwọn ló máa ń gbé wa lọ ìpàdé. Ṣé mo mi ò sọ bàjẹ́? But I'm just saying that mommy is just awesome. She's a wonderful woman. Kẹ̀kẹ́ wá wò wọ́n dáadáa, yìí wọ́n beautiful. Gbogbo obìnrin ló máa ń jẹ́. Wọ́n àbẹ̀ ọ̀nì. Kábíyèsí ló já mi sí pé wọ́n máa ń fò wọ́n ní ìyẹn so èmi náà wá jókòó sórí ìyẹn yẹn dáadáa ká lè máa fò. So mommy, God bless you ma. Ẹ ṣé gan ni, ẹ ṣé gan ni. I must say thank you to my daddy in absentia too. I got his phone call very early in the morning to say you are blessed. I'm blessed to have you as a daughter, and we have your support and prayers. Thank you, Daddy, wherever you are. Mami, ọmọ Kẹ́hìndé, ìjìrì ará Àṣokùn, Ògúnṣèyí, ọmọ Olóńdó Ẹ̀gbin, ẹ ṣé wa nílé sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, agbọ́pẹ̀lẹ̀ òdo lọ, tóra lọ́ọ̀ kábíyèsí kan. Àgbọ̀n púpọ̀ bá gbọ́pẹ̀lẹ̀ ìfẹ́. Mo gbọ́gbọ́ ní wọ̀ṣọ́, bàbá sọ́lé ìdílé máa sọ lọ́tọ̀ mi. Bàbá, Ese, Glory, àwọn para, ẹsẹ̀ para, àsìkò. Aṣá lè ṣe yẹn, ibẹ̀ náà nìyẹn, ṣẹ́wọ̀n ìpín ẹ̀, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣùkú náà bá ṣe lè ṣe ṣùkú síbẹ̀, ọjọ́ mi. So thank you very much. Thank you all for making me smile. It's a whole lot of effort. Now, pé bàbá kan máa ń rẹ́rìn-ín. Mo ló gé ká bọ̀ tá láìpọ̀. Wọ́n kàn máa ń rẹ́rìn-ín ní sẹ́. Ẹ̀rí rẹ̀ máa ń múyàn wọ́n lẹ́nu. Ó ṣe mọ̀ ẹni tí wàá ìskáàsì. Ó skáàsì nínú ibi alápàtà tó ní bàbá. Ó skáàsì kan ni. So ẹni tí wọ́n ló máa adjust ojú tèmi. Ṣé mọ̀? So thank you all for taking me as I am. I love you so much. I'm deeply grateful that this day is this awesome. I didn't think you would come out for me like this. I didn't come there and keep going on. I say thank you to him for coming my way and making me his mother. And shake money. My very honorable guest, Padishola, I love you. Thank you. And shake money. So the music can continue. Happy session.